is that what I'm going to show you today, it's not a medical device. They are not medical devices. Yes, although they are known to ease pain, they are known to actually facilitate healing. Basically, what I'm going to show you, we use regenerative healing to be able to treat you. And what has advised us to get here is the way life has been. You know, life has changed so much from the days of old when life just used to be smooth. People never would hardly get sick. But nowadays, people are getting lifestyle illnesses even before they reach 40 years old. Now, the question is, can we do anything about it? The answer is yes. So if you're on this call today and you know anyone who is suffering from pain, from chronic illness, from an illness where probably they are destined to take medication all their lives, I want you to know that there's hope. I want you to know there's hope. Today, you're going to see something I'm going to call it a solution. It's actually going to give them hope. It's going to give them a new lease of life. And if you like yourself to extend your life, you like your loved ones to live a good life, to live a comfortable life, I would like you to type in the number 777 on the chat box. I would like you to type in the number 777 on the chat box just so that I can know that I'm speaking to somebody. I would like to know that I'm speaking to somebody who is ready and willing to see a solution to today's problems, to today's lifestyle problems. Yes, I'll be able to show you that shortly. So if you're ready to see that, I would like to see the number 777. I can see that, yes, everyone is psyched up to see this, and that's exactly what I'm going to show you. So if you've got a friend, a relative, anyone who is experiencing some sickness where probably maybe they are not happy, you know, it's where probably they've almost depleted their family finances, okay? I want you to know there's a solution. There's a solution even to people who are suffering from the world's leading causes of death. Even, you know, we are talking about cancer, we are talking about stroke, we are talking about diabetes, arthritis, and I want you to know we have that kind of solution. So I'll change my screen a bit. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to change my screen a little. So allow me, I'm going to change my screen. Yes, I'll change my screen. I'll just change my screen. You let me know when you can see my next screen. You let me know if you can see my next screen. Fantastic. Great. So I'm talking about Triology of Wellness. When I talk about Triology, I'm talking the Iteracare, as you can see over here. Yeah, I'm talking specifically about these gadgets that you can see on your screen. And if you've been looking for a solution, if you've got friends and relatives who've suffered enough, who you feel probably they've been spending so much money on medication, who have probably been told they'll be on medication all their lives, I want you to know you found a solution in Iteracare. Oh yes, as you can see, I've got an Iteracare blower, I've got an Iteracare, I've got a bio, the one for grounding, and also I've got the one for oxygenating water. I believe I've passed through biology or something like that. And I remember, I think when I was in high school, Form 1 and Form 2 biology was, of course, mandatory. So definitely you remember that the presence of oxygen equals to absence of disease. Yes, if our cells can be fed with enough oxygen, ladies and gentlemen, there would be a solution. Even if probably we've been told today that probably there might be no solution, I want you to know, oh yes, what if you have enough oxygen? Does that give you hope? Yes, it does. That's exactly what I'm going to show you today. Please. And I hope you can see my screen. I hope you can see my screen. One of the hosts kindly confirm if you can see my screen. Right now, what I have on the screen is written athletes. 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 I don't know if you're seeing that. You can let me know.
Yes, we can see.
Yes, let me know if you can see my... Fantastic. Thank you so much. Great. So, this is a solution we have for athletes. When we talk about the trilogy of wellness, it's going to enhance the muscle recovery after training. I'm starting softly, ladies and gentlemen, and then we move to the tougher, harder things, okay? Yeah, it's going to boost endurance and performance, reduce muscle soreness and fatigue, improve blood circulation for better oxygen delivery. It's also going to speed up injury recovery. So if you've got a sprain, a strain, it's also going to be able to speed up that. It's going to ease a joint pain from intense physical activity. Also, is going to support flexibility and mobility. When you've got trilogy of wellness, ladies and gentlemen, this is what it gives. So if you love a good life, if you like to live a healthy life so that you avoid diseases, you avoid injuries, and also you are an athlete at the same time, this gives you this. Not just athletes, but even someone who wants just to live an energetic life. Yes, exactly. Strengthen your muscles and support overall stigma. What about someone who has chronic conditions? Now we get to the tougher things. Oh, yes. If you're on this call and you said you're looking for a solution, this could be a time for you to take a screenshot if you want. Yes. Now, when you talk about the trilogy of wellness, the three of them that I've showed you, the iTerra Care blower that we already showed you this on Tuesday, that we've already showed you in quite a number of presentations, including last week, including explaining the science behind it, including the technology behind it. So today I'm not going to explain that technology. Today I'm showing we have solution for what kind of conditions, and this is where we are. So for chronic conditions, ladies and gentlemen, yes, not just to ease pain from arthritis, from rheumalgia and joint stiffness, it's also going to support nerve function for neuropathy and nerve damage. It's also going to help manage inflammation, back pain, frozen shoulder, and stuff like that. It's going to enhance blood circulation to affected areas, reduce swelling, and promote healing. It's going to help with chronic fatigue and boost energy levels, improving sleep for those with persistent discomfort, support the body's natural pain relief mechanisms, as well as support emotional well-being and reduce stress. Ladies and gentlemen, isn't this a solution? What about for someone who is even facing a tougher life? Ladies and gentlemen, in this journey of ours, we've met people who have, are probably even be discharged for palliative care because they are due so much money but still no solution. But I want you to know, if you know anyone like that, please tell them there's a solution. If you speak to the person who invited you to this call, they'll actually be able to give you the solution I'm talking about. All you need to tell them is, tell them you're looking for trilogy of wellness. That's it. Now, for cancer, it supports high oxygen environment, with which cancer cells struggle to thrive in. Remember, cancerous cells can never survive where there's oxygen. Cancerous cells, they love lack of oxygen. The more there's low oxygen in the body, the easier it is for cancer to be able to spread. But the easiest way to stop the spread of cancer, ladies and gentlemen, is sufficient oxygen in the cells of the patient. Yes, it's going to help boost immunity and energy levels during treatment. So even if someone is going through chemotherapy, radiotherapy, all that, is able to help boost immunity. Because remember, what chemotherapy does, it does not just kill cancerous cells, it kills everything. It's so sad because that's actually what happens. Great. Reduce fatigue associated with chemotherapy and radiation. I think you've heard, after someone has had chemotherapy session, it's usually a tough week for them. Okay? It's usually a very tough week for them. Ladies and gentlemen, Trilogy of Wellness will help. Support cellular repair and regeneration. It's also going to promote better appetite and digestion, a major problem of people who are undergoing cancer treatment. It's also going to help with pain relief and muscle relaxation. Ladies and gentlemen, encourage better sleep and emotional balance. Let's move on. What about people who are looking for general wellness, weight loss? Yes, The trilogy of wellness, ladies and gentlemen, is going to boost metabolism and calorie burning. It's going to support fat breakdown and energy release, as well as enhance blood flow to improve workout results. Ladies and gentlemen, yes, I can see someone has raised his hand. Yes, let me know. What's up?
It's okay, BK.
Life wellness. Okay, great. Let's move on. Great. Then it's also going to help reduce body aches, soreness from workouts, as well as support hormone balance for better weight management. So, like you've seen, our trilogy of wellness is not just for people who are unwell. No, it's for everyone. It's for someone who values general well-being. It's for someone who would like to avoid hospitals. It's for someone who would like to avoid, using or depleting their finances in going to restore their health, because this regenerative healing is also going to support what we call preventative. Yes, it's going to prevent you from getting illnesses. Let's go next to detoxification. Yes, detoxification. As you can see, yes, it's going to support detoxification. What about autoimmune diseases? Can our trilogy of wellness help with autoimmune diseases? Oh, yes. It's going to support reduction of chronic inflammation, a key trigger for autoimmune flare-ups. It's also going to help regulate the immune system to promote balance, not overactive or underactive. Oh, yes. Then, ease muscle pain, joint stiffness, as well as body aches. Ladies and gentlemen, it's going to encourage cellular repair and regeneration for damaged tissues, boost energy levels, fight fatigue, common with autoimmune conditions as well. So if you know anyone who probably has an autoimmune condition as we speak, oh yes, we have a solution in the trilogy of wellness. Okay, great. Promote lymphatic drainage to flush toxins and reduce swelling, as well as help improve skin conditions linked to autoimmune diseases. Oh, yes. So that is our trilogy of wellness. I would like to believe that this was useful. It was good for you. You've learned something you didn't know. And what I would like to do now, I would be very happy to open the floor or the mics for any questions or answers, or other questions. Anyone who might have a question on what I've covered today, or probably something I might not have covered now, please let me know. You may feel free to type also in the chat or raise your hand and I'll be very happy to answer. I've got a number of my colleagues on this call. So in the event, of course, you ask a question that I'm not able to handle, I'll be able to get one of my colleagues to be able to help. Great. Thank you. If there'll be no questions, I can't see any questions that will be, oh yeah, there might be, let me see. Oh. All right. Okay, great. I can't see no question. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you for joining us today on this call. And like this one, maybe done a bit differently, which will be tomorrow, same time. This is going to be facilitated by our very own Dr. Yusuf. Will be on the call tomorrow. That is tomorrow at 8:30 p.m. I can see there's a question here. What causes stomach upset after taking Oxytap water? I've not heard about someone getting stomach upset after taking Oxytap water, but my colleague Yusuf, I don't know if you've seen that call, or if you've ever experienced this where someone has taken Oxytap water and they probably experienced some stomach upsets.
Yes, thank you very much, Mr. BK. This is not just only Oxytap water. Even some people, when they take the alfalfa or the chlorophyll, sometimes they may get the same reaction. And this happens where somebody has a lot of bloating and a lot of acidity in the gut. And the moment you introduce oxygen, it comes to diffuse that. So that is some of the bacteria in the gut trying to fight out. And so as they release the gas, that gives the bloating. So it's a process. We call it healing crisis, because your stomach was in a place where it was not comfortable. Now we have introduced something to come and balance, so it can trigger something like that. But that should not be a reason for somebody to feel like they need to stop. No, it's a healing process. So they should continue taking it, and they will realize maybe after a day or two, it will reach somewhere and it will stop. It should not continue for more than 3 days. Yeah.
Very well addressed. Thank you very much, Dr. Yusuf. Very well addressed. Someone is asking how long does it stay oxygenated after using Oxytap? And that is if it's kept under cool conditions, cool, maybe cold, in a fridge, that can go all the way up to a week. But also, if it's just kept where it's not in a cool condition, probably you'll be looking about 24 to 48 hours. 24 to 48 hours, the oxygen level will just be reducing. But if you keep it in a cool place, then it's able to last longer, all the way to a week. Okay, great. Then we've got another question. Dr. Yusuf, I would like you to respond to this. Explain more about how the trilogy can be able to help in sickle cell.
Thank you very much, Mr. BK. Let me first of all give a disclaimer, because most of the time we might find ourselves using the word healing. Even in the medical world, the World Health Organization has given a disclaimer for anyone not to use the word healing. We are also regulated by the laws of this universe, so we wouldn't like to be in loggerheads in that. So having said that, it is good to notice that Price is offering products that are helping the body to heal itself. And I think Mr. BK had alluded to that. He had mentioned that. So when we are talking about sickle cell, it's about some cells that have become defective. And one of the best effects of the care is to activate stem cell regeneration in our own body. So that will trigger a repair. And so we can see a reduction in those sickle cell, and with time, you can see somebody recovering from that problem. So in future, when we are addressing about helping people, let us use the names like helping them to recover or restore. Kindly refrain from the word healing. You might find yourself on the receiving end. I'm just giving you an advice on a light note. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Yusuf. Actually, thank you so much for that, and thank you for the advice. Yeah, great. I think you've heard it from him. Yes, and then Susan is asking about to explain about Triology. Basically, when we talk about the Iteracare, Iteracare, ladies and gentlemen, uses basically what we call terahertz frequency to be able to rejuvenate your cells in your body. That's what the Iteracare does. We've got the blower. We've got three of them. I think you saw them on the screen when I was displaying earlier. Those are the three. Then also we've got the bio, which is good for grounding. Yeah, grounding is good for you, of course. And then the oxygenation, which is the Oxytap. So I believe that is well addressed. And again, we addressed this um, uh, when we talk about when you do a full presentation on the Iteracare itself. Yeah, Joseph is asking what's the difference between Iteracare fused water and Oxytab oxygenated water. Yeah, the Iteracare structured water, basically what it does, when you subject the water to terahertz frequency, what it does, it breaks down the water into linear structure, okay? So which is easier, of course, for your body to be able to absorb, as opposed to the current form, which is now in molecular structure. So then for the oxygen water, Basically, what that does, the oxytap, it infuses oxygen into water so that your water has a lot more dissolved oxygen as opposed to the one that has not been infused with oxygen. So, for example, just to give you a quick example, when you infuse water with oxygen using oxytap, it adds up to from around 25 parts per million all the way up to 45 parts per million. So, and just to put it in context, the drinking water that we buy from the supermarket, the bottled water usually has between 5 and 7 parts per million. Okay. But now, when you infuse that same water with oxygen, it shoots all the way to around 25, all the way up to 45, depending on the number of shots that you do. So that's a good question, Joseph. Thank you very much. And I believe we've addressed all the questions on the call. Thank you, everyone, for attending the call today. I would like to invite you again. We have another call exactly like this one next week on Tuesday. On Tuesday next week, feel free to join in. Again, we have this again tomorrow being done by Yusuf. You've heard from him on this call as well. So thank you and have a very good night. And for those who attended this call and you are invited by a friend, please get back to them and tell them thank you. And then number two, tell them you'd like the trilogy of wellness. Thank you and good night, everyone.